you can keep people alive for a long time, but they decide to go for another core hero, as it will be a good old school alchemist. That's what Imperial were in their old layout, and Alchemist versus Zeus in the mid lane. I don't remember or know how that matchup is going to be at this point, because I can't really recall seeing that. So should be interesting to see. I believe the Alchemist will have a fine time after maybe the initial like 2-3 levels. And apart from that, we do have Garda playing the Bloodseeker, and Come With Me will be the support Sand King. So it will be a offlane Batrunner in the end. I'm kind of okay with this, but at the same time, the lineup I was talking about before, I still hold my ideas and think that would do some crazy stuff with the Batrunner in the mid lane. But you know, Alchemist, it's a little bit safer. You have some more late game potential. You have the same as well. Lich Acronyms is okay. The Sand Kings is amazing. He will most likely have to buy a zone though, because I don't think you want to greed it too far. Like, you can go Blink, Force, Eel, and then after that I guess you kind of have to go for the Acronyms. Usually you would go for it in between, but you know, if you want to go full greed and just let the Alchemist do Alchemist things and always have those axe upgrades available, then you can try to greed a little bit further. The Bloodseeker axe upgrade, double rupture is also pretty nice, or sounds pretty nice. And then obviously have I already forgotten the hero? The Batrunner, sorry. The Acronyms upgrade on the Batrunner is obviously also worth mentioning, as the double pull is worth something. And as a Batrunner, you don't really like Acronyms is a nice item, but you don't really have to build it. Like, you can go for other items that fits well into your build, and then since you have an Alchemist, it makes sense doing that, because of, you know, why not? You have an Alchemist that will eventually be able to give you some Acronyms upgrades, so there's not really any reason to rush it yourself. Imperial, in the meantime, they have the IO, they have the Legion Commander, old school combo that usually does pretty well. They have the Zeus as well, high damage from the back line, as Legion Commander will be the one just in front, trying to do the damage, trying to set up for the kills. And we'll see if this, you know, high pressure with relocates, with the Morphling replicating around when he has this ethereal blade, we'll see if that's going to be enough to just shut down Dota Gaming. As so far, we do have a smoke coming out from Imperial just to get some wards out. Mid, we do have that high ground ward coming out instantly, and we do have the Legion moving down bottom. He doesn't actually have any wards on him. The Batrunner is moving, he gets that high ground ward down. They did spot him out doing so though. So they should very easily be dewarded. We do have Noya moving in, and we do have the Batrunner maybe taking a little bit of damage. He will just Firefly himself over the cliff, wasting a little bit of his mana, but nothing apart from that. And now the ward will be taken away, yeah. So indeed they saw what he was up to. They decided to just say, hey, not gonna happen. And the annoying thing at this point is you have your Firefly, so your laning experience is kind of annoying the first level, because you don't have sticky napalm. Usually you still Firefly, so you can try and take the wave, pull the wave, get that first wave easily, but he got scouted out, and he will not have that option anymore. Alright. Alchemist will take the bottom run. There's no contestation coming out from the side of Imperial. Oh well, Hester Run is standing near him, just being a little bit cheeky, a little bit annoying. Good luck, have fun coming out. Looks like these two teams, they're ready to take this fight. We did have some talking in the lobby as well, you know. Who's gonna get the first bout, betting about the first bout, you know, good stuff, good stuff. And the two teams, they want to just, you know, be in each other's face. Can't they go away, fuck you, you know. It's good. High energy, you know, two teams that is enjoying this. Yeah, that pull was a little bit interesting, you know, one creep by one. I guess the first creep will die pretty fast. Baby Knight does have the help of Noya in the mid lane to begin with. Makes sense that you have the IO spending time here, because, you know, the one you want to shut down is always going to be the Alchemist. So it makes sense with the Zeus presence and having an IO with him. It makes it a lot easier for him as well. He has 4 clarities. The IO will get that bottle fast, so you can just replenish the mana pool of Baby Knight in most cases. And yeah, he will have a decent lane. And as for bottom lane, we do have Hester running so far one-on-one with the Bloodseekers. Come with me, he's just trying to get some pulling done himself. Obviously it is a Sand King, so if he can get some levels having this greedy support here, then all the much better. He may fail this pull though. Okay, it looks like it is pretty good, and indeed he will pull it nicely. We do have the Legion Commander coming in and interrupting it though, as he will say, hey, that's my creeps, and the pull will end. So only a little bit of experience into the Sand King, and the Legion will actually pretty much get level 3 from this. So a good start for him. Top lane we do have Ace having a little bit of trouble with the Battle Rider, but he does have the help of the 2 supports now, and Ace may be able to get a kill here as the Battle Rider will be lifted up, sent back in. They do have the waveform available from Ace's. Oh, actually no, he's not level 2 yet, so never mind that. He does not have the waveform available. They're trying to do as much damage as possible to the Battle Rider, but he gets a fair chunk of damage onto all 3 heroes at the same time, as Tangos will run down. There's still 6 available on the Morphling. He does have a magic wand as well, so he's doing okay for now. The Battle will have to go back to the base as he's already used all of his own regen, so at least for the time being it worked out.
Illusion.
Alright, and bottom lane, Gata. It is a Bloodseeker, so like this is probably one of the only lanes where the Legion Commander will actually not necessarily have the upper hand, because Gata, sure, he's taking a lot of damage and he may actually be a little bit too much in trouble here. As Come With Me comes in, we do have a healing spell coming out, we do have Hesteron being taken down as the bait is real, whereas Gata, he just pops his healing cell. They get into that threshold with the thirst, and the movement speed plus the damage increase you get from that thirst just gave them a kill onto the Hesteron boy. Obviously, you don't play against Bloodseeker too often, so you can't really blame Hesijo from seeing a little bit of red there, seeing some blood in his eyes, as he was just running down the Gata, and nice move, just using that burst direct stun duration to get enough health to survive. And it is a Bloodseeker, so you don't really need any sustain, you know, you just need a couple of levels. Once you're level 4, you can have Blood Rage up permanently, and you can see he's regening up no problem, so the Legion Commander will not have an easy time shutting him down in this lane anymore, as Gata, he's getting pretty much free farm. A little bit below of the Morphling by a couple of lasts, but it's very mediocre at this point. And the Legion himself, he's sitting on 5 lasts, so him compared to the Battle Rider, there's not too much separating the 2 heroes. And Come With Me haven't helped him in the lane so far. He's level 3, he's tried to pull as much as possible. They will even share this camp farm, as Come With Me is very much into just getting a little bit of farm for himself, and they can farm this pretty nicely. I was pretty much going to give Come With Me his level 4, so it's all good, it's all dandy. Maybe you should kill that kid, guys. Oh, he just wanted the Blood Rage.
Denied.
Alright, Hester run. We have Gala just speeding up at the speed of light, as there was a little bit of a struggle up top, as the Morphling is dropping pretty low, and they need to be careful, because the thing with the Bloodseeker is the more you're fighting the other lanes, the stronger he becomes. Look at that damage, like 130 regular damage at this point with the face boots online. Hester run does not want to go near this. He is level 4. He is having a better time than Kefka is on the Bat Rider. However, it could be, it is a little bit of a struggle. Like, the Battle Rider is fighting up against 3, and he's doing okay, he's almost level 4, you know, it could be better, but it could also be very much worse. And now has to run in the bottom lane once again, gets jumped on as the Lich comes down the first time he spends his time here. As the Lich has been rotating around, he's been sitting a little bit mid, he's been sitting a little bit top, but overall, he's just been trying to get as much experience as possible. He's sitting on level 4.5. Come With Me is also at almost level 5, so these support heroes on the side of Imperial Gaming is getting so much experience. Look at that experience lead already. It's 4 minutes into the game and they're pretty much sitting on a 1500 experience lead. Maybe not in the mid lane. It is not really shutting down Penguin's deck anymore. Penguin will soon reach his level 6, so with the Helm of the Iron Will regen plus his ultimate available, that will pretty much completely shut down the possibility of stopping this alchemist from farming. We do have a lot of stacks coming online from BO as well in the jungle, as he's just, you know, rotating inmates, shutting down a little bit of experience from the stews, and then just stacking up those a couple of stacks here, a couple of stacks in this lane. Well, it's in this camp, sorry, and in this camp, so the alchemist is getting his farm in the jungle prepared for him. And yeah, they have multiple heroes who can clear it at least. Like, the Bat Rider can take it, the Sand King can take it, most likely will be the Alchemist. But the thing I'm trying to say is that on the side of Imperial, you have probably pretty much one person who can contest it, that's the Legion with his overwhelming odds. And the chance of him being able to go in and taking it without everyone else just, you know, creeping up and shutting him down is going to be a little bit mediocre. So It's a good start for Dota Gaming, and you know, it looks like it is going to continue for a little while, as that 2000 net worth 3 will most likely increase. It is an Alchemist lineup, so sure, they are kind of supposed to have a lead, but it's working out. It's working out for sure. Alright, bottom lane, we do have the Zeus being jumped on as well, as there was a haste rune being snatched by Come With Me, and with the coming in, with the Bloodseeker being in tow as well, Rapture being used, that was a very easy kill, but a good kill. And now the Zeus is 2000 gold behind of the Alchemist, and this is kind of the position where I fear for the Zeus, because the Zeus is not a hero who fights well from behind. Sure, he can do a lot of damage, but item wise, like, if you don't get kills, you really don't have a good way of getting items. You can't really clear stacks since they changed to the camps where they started getting like some magic resistance and whatnot. So Baby Knight will have a struggling time coming ahead of him, already being 2000 gold behind of the Alchemist. And the Alchemist himself, he's level 7. He has the maxed up Greedle's Greed. He has his armlet on the way very soon. I don't know if he has it completed. Yep, it's completed now. So well, pretty much 7 minutes into the game, he has armlet on top of his soul ring plus his boots. So he's doing well and starting to clear the stacks. He will give the mid lane to the Lich, as he will get his level 6 very early this game before 8 minutes. Come With Me as well, still pulling. Will get his level 6 at the same time, whereas the support on Imperial side, Rise is sitting at level 4, the IO is level 3, so they're definitely not having the same kind of luxury as Come With Me and BO having. We do have the Bad Brother, also level 6 himself, trying to spot out if there's any stacks available, but sadly not. He will be able to take this camp though, as that's a little bit of farm going his way. And he's doing fine, you know, he's sitting on boots, he has a windlace, he's sitting on 800 gold on top of that. At this point, I'm pretty sure he will just rush up towards that Blink Dagger. I don't think there's any point in going for something like a drums in between. They do like running a little bit, you know, high tempo on the side of Dota Gaming, but Imperial, they pretty much do that all the time themselves, and if you don't have, you know, Tranquils by this point, but board them up, then it makes more sense just waiting for the Blink. He may have a little bit longer though, so okay, he decides to go for the Tranquils in the end. May also just go for the Brazier. He actually buys another Windlace, so I don't think they stack. So you actually have, like, the what's it called? Movement speed from the Windlace stacks in a way that if you like have drums, then you drums plus a new Windlace stacks, but you can't do anything with double Windlace, and he will steal one of them and just pick up some raindrops instead. So I guess my suspicion was correct, that he knew that as well. You know, Windlaces do not stack. You can't just put like 5 Windlaces in your inventory and then be at the speed of light. Alright, bottom lane, we do have the Legion Commander being dosed a little bit, as he did have that Rupture being affected on him. He has to stand in his Grand Garter. Maybe a little bit of trouble here, Jason is running him down. He does have that damage. Garter will be taken down as a nice rotation from the Zeus, as well as the IO coming down bottom. Obviously no relocating over just yet, but Baby Knight is a simple TP. His run ends up not losing his life under the tower, as that Rupture could have ended up very, very poorly for him. And Garter will be shut down, so he gets punished for his greed. But at the same time, you know, him dying is pretty much just space creation in the end, because this Alchemist, look at that farm. 9.5 minutes into the game, he's sitting at 2,500 gold on top of his armor, on top of his soul ring and all that good stuff. Sure, there's not really any camps left to farm. He's farmed all 3 camps that was stacked, but he's doing fine, and he can double stack this if he wants to. It looks like he will not do that. He may stack this before the timer hits in if you can clear this camp fast enough. Looks like he will be able to do so, so there's still more farm going towards him. And it looks like this is going to be a very, very good Alchemist game, as there's not really any sign from Imperial trying to make rotations, and who would they rotate on? Unless they can send Hesiger into the jungle and do some work with the support heroes, I don't think they have a good chance of actually killing the Alchemist. And this seems like the main issue right now going on for Imperial, because Hesiger, he got shut down in the lane, he didn't have the greatest time of his life, he's only sitting on 1800 net worth, so he could have done a little bit better. And now top lane we do have the IO being taken down by the Lich as they go in to find a pick off the Lich. Did he commit his ultimate? Yeah, he did. So, you know, ultimate is being used. The Sand King is sitting on Tranquils, Windlace, 800 gold as well. Probably just speeding towards that Blink Dagger, as this Lich will be the position 5 support to begin with. Alright, Come With Me. Maybe in trouble here as Baby Knight is moving in. Just have his A-Lance available. He will almost be able to get the kill. I don't think he's not gonna pop his ultimate. It's not enough on its own, and it may have been enough like if he used it instantly, but the thing is he had to bottle up a little bit, and then once he bottled up, he lost vision of the tanking, and I guess he probably just got a little bit he was a little bit resistant about using it, and with the tranquil boots just healing him up a little bit, the tanking will be fine, at least for the time being. And now let's see, we do have that first rotation coming out as the Legion with the 2 supports will finally try and breach the jungle, and if they can find a good kill, that's going to be great. They will most likely just try and get a kill at bottom. Oh, come with me, he just healed up fully after being in like 10% HP, but he will be taken down here. Fuel comes out, and it looks like come with me will be taking down the commit the ultimate as well, and that will be more than enough. That could have been a much easier kill if he didn't end up healing up there, but the Blood Rage, you know, good spell. So come with me, did get a little bit of farm before ending up losing his life, and that's going to be the end of that. IO will just farm this camp, just making sure that some of the experience is being lost from the Alchemist. You know, making it a little bit more difficult. We do have that relic being picked up by the Alchemist, so he doesn't have too much safety gold on him, and the Radiance is completed, so that is before 12 minutes into the game. He has his Armored Radiance online. There's a lot of stacks of the Ancients as well that he can clear at some point, and this is looking like a terrifying Alchemist. We do have a relocate into the top area. Let's see who they find. It is the Lich that is in front of them. It is the 2 supports of all things that is rotating. They will be able to get the kill on the Lich though. Fateful, nice burst damage. They have the bar strike available in case of emergency as well. The Bad Rider is trying to get some kind of initiation going, but looks like it will not be able to happen. Ace will be jumped on. Lasso comes out and may be able to have enough control on him. He does have his waveform available though, so I don't think he will be taken down here. Ace goes in forward. He will have... Ooh, does he get it? No. Bar strike comes out from Come With Me, misses onto the IO. And now in the meantime, we do have Penguin moving in from the back, getting a jump onto Baby Knight, getting Baby Knight killed instantly, and now Ace will be in trouble. Look at those hits, on the damage is real, as Ace just goes at maximal strength, goes to the TP out, will be fine. Come With Me gets a kill onto the IO though, so 2 dead on the side of Imperial as Dota Gaming. They are looking to end this as fast as possible, or at least make it an impossible game as quick as possible, as now a 10,000 net worth Alchemist on the field, 5,000 gold ahead of the Morphling, who's only barely ahead of the Bloodseeker himself. And the Bloodseeker, he has a Dragon Lance on him, going for that value stat item. Obviously, you may consider this a little bit weird. However, getting a 4-star on a Bloodseeker is actually logical because you can abuse the Rupture a little bit. And Dragon Lance, you know, it's the best stat-wise item gain. You get a good amount of strength, you get a good amount of agility, so it's not as weird as it may sound just because you're not a ranged hero. The Lich is sitting at level 8 now, so he will start moving his way into that Ice Armor make, and having a Lich with an Alchemist is actually one of the best things, because the Alchemist armor is one of his weaknesses, but the Lich, you know, once that's maxed up, it's 9 free armor plus that movement speed slow when you start hitting him, so it's a nice thing. Tanking will have his braces online, so just go for a couple of stat items. I'm not sure he's going to go for the full completion of the drums. I think it's just going to be a casual braces, and then go for that blink. Let's see how well the blink timing is coming along on the batter. He does have it almost. He just needs to clear a couple of camps, and he will do that. Bottom lane we do have a rotation coming in. Gada will be the one getting jumped. There's a silent Hesku on the end of the field though, so he's not able to get that duel off. And now the eye will be taken down with the Hesku run taken down, as well as Price will be the 3rd one dropping. Barostra comes out, he almost gets the kill onto the Lich, will get the kill onto the Lich. The Bloodseeker will be taken down in the back lines. Baby Knight goes in, almost gets the kill onto Come With Me, may be able to do so, and he will indeed. There was some vision on that, thanks to the wall, they end up getting the kill. That Baby Knight drops down, but he goes in, he gets the kill onto God, he gets the kill onto the tanking, and pretty much salvages the situation, as otherwise it would have been a 3-for-1 trade, not even a duel being landed, but because of Baby Knight making that rotation, it's only slightly favorable for Dota Gaming as they are ahead. So it looked horrible for Imperial, you know, not even getting that duel. He was on what, like 10% HP, probably a little bit less than the Bloodseeker, but good moves from Dota Gaming, and they slightly win that fight. This guy though, look at him, man, that's a crazy boy. He's on, they have pretty much a 7,000 net worth lead, and all of that gold is fully the Alchemist. That is like, the lead they have is how much difference is between Alchemist and everyone else. So this guy's going to be continuously scary.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright guys, so you know, 12-minute Radiance timing Alchemist, he now has his bots, he has a Hood of Defiance completed as well. As I like that item, I say, actually. In a game like this, you know, you always have one item in the standard Alchemist build that you can kind of, you know, go away from, and having a Hood of Defiance 16 minutes into the game with the Radiance just enables him to be fully aggressive without having to care for his life, because obviously he doesn't want to die, but with the Hood, like, it can talk to his life pretty much. He will be gone on, a lot of damage being done to him, he is fully morphed, but he's still surviving, gets the kill onto the Battle Rider, and now is about time that Proto Gaming gets out of this one, as Imperial, they're rotating everyone in. The suit did a lot of damage as well, doesn't have the ultimate available anymore as he just popped it, but no one else seems to be dying. There's no duels coming online, as the Legion was also stuck in that one duel. He doesn't have the blink available for the next 1000 gold, but now we do have Penguin coming in, taking a jump in. It is just a replicant in the mid lane though, it is not a real Zeus, so that doesn't really do too much for you, and they do spot him out now. We do have the acid spray being stolen by Rise. Let's see, the Bloodseeker Simons is pretty good, landing onto 3 people. They're running them down. Penguin is going in, he wants to get the jump onto Noi, and Noi will be taken down as he is just a little bit too close to Penguin's sec. We do have Rise being the next one, being jumped down. Let's see if they can get the kill. Baby Knight goes to the TP. We do have Garda being running down as well after these heroes, but has to run with that overwhelming odds, scare them away, and Penguin takes it to go back to farming, and farming he will. Alright, we do have the Lincoln Sphere online on the Morphling, so that's going pretty well for him. The blink is still delayed on the Legion Commander, like I talked about. We have the completed Veil plus Aether Lens on the Zeus, plus Arcane Boots as well, as he just decided to pick another set of Arcane Boots up. We have the Rubik's Arcane Boots as well. We have the Isle sitting on an urn, so okay items come from the side of Imperial. It's just a question of is it enough? And with the Hood of Defiance, I just feel like this is going to be continuously more difficult. We do have the Alchemist having the Radiant shut down. I'm not too sure why this is happening. Maybe he's expecting that they're trying to gank him and he's trying to be a little bit sneaky here, but in the end he turns it back on and, you know, back to farming. So we'll see, as his Master Style is completed in 2000 gold, and at that point I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. We do have Penguin Tech being jumped on here, taking quite a lot of damage here, but he will just pop up his Hood of Defiance. We do have Ace being gone on, the Blood Rage boy Garda coming in with that silence, just spooks him away. We do have the Replicate coming out with the Alchemist, maybe getting a little bit of farm going, as that will help the Morphling get a couple more items as well. It's always nice to have a Replicate with Radiance. That's always a situation where the Morphling just ends up crying of happiness. Alright, and Penguin Boy, you know, only 1000 gold to go, and it is going to be pretty much a 20-minute Radiance, Manta, Bots, Hood of Defiance, Armlet, so he's doing well. 7,000 net worth, right? 17,000 net worth right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright, let's see in the mid lane. We got Penguin running in. He's trying to get that jump onto Noi, and he will indeed get that jump. That was a very, very big one, as he got imploded with that relocate back. No chance to survive that. They even committed for the Rupture. I guess the Rupture was just a way of saying, in case he gets the tether off, if I get the Rupture on him, the tether will just make him pretty much commit suicide. It would have been pretty funny to see that, actually, but either way, it is a 60-second cooldown on the Bloodseeker's ultimate, so it's not like it's the biggest waste in the world. So yeah. He will move towards that 4-star now, so there's going to be that Hurricane type build that I was kind of expecting with that Dragonlance being picked up. Sure, the Dragonlance itself is fine for the Bloodseeker just because of the stats, but it makes sense that if you want a 4-star, you want some more mobility, then you just, you know, commit for the full Hurricane Pike and then see what you can do. Alright, let's see how close is that towards this blink. He just picked it up now, so it's time to make those moves around on the map. He is trying to go for that Blade Mail, the next item with that Robe of the Magi. And the Morphling has his travel boots online with the Lincoln Sphere, so he decided to go for the travels before going for the Ethereal Blade or anything else. This pretty much just means that it's going to be a split pushing game for the Morphling. He knows that at this point, Proto Gaming here are a lot stronger than they are, so it's just about being able to shut them down, push them back, make sure they can't go high ground and they can't take too many towers. Come With Me now has a set of drums completed, as he did decide to go for that, just a little bit more stats to survive with. Garda does have his completed Hurricane Pike in his stats. Penguin Sec with that Manfall online, 1k gold on top of that. You know, he's continuously farming on. And with Blood Rages as well, so if he gets, like, getting 3 kills as an Alchemist with Blood Rage, once they are in a fight, if you get like a hero kill as well, That's an impossible guy to kill. That is actually going to be impossible. Even though he takes a little bit more damage, he also deals a lot more damage. 200 damage per hit is a little bit scary. And now let's see. The trade-off is that Imperial got a tier 1 tower on the top lane, the tier 1 tower mate has also been taken down, and all of the tier 1 towers is gone from Dota Gaming, but at the same time they've taken the tier 2 bottom, they have pushed the tier 2 in the mid lane a little bit, done a little bit of damage as well, and I imagine they will just make their way to the top lane and push those 2 towers as soon as they can. Kevka moves in, he does have his last available, but Lincoln Sphere, he has no way of popping it. He went for that cloak, he still doesn't have his force off completed, so he has no actual way of dealing with that Lincoln Sphere right now. And AC will just, standing in front of him, laugh a little bit about him, and then move himself back to farming. See? Blade Meal, getting closer from Hesiger Run as well, as that's going to be a pretty nice item to have as soon as possible, as you can kind of, you can go against the, what's it called, Bloodseeker's Rupture with a Blade Meal. You can also just effect a little bit of damage back onto the Alchemist. Hopefully, if you commit pretty much anything you have, maybe you're able to get a kill. And now, you have Imperial going for that Roshan. Natural play when the top is being pushed in by the whole team of Dota Gaming. The natural trade-off is always, okay, they're top, we can go Roshan. And it will take a while to clear this Rosh, so it may be a little bit too much they're losing in the meantime, as the tier 2 tower will be worked on. They do have the fortifications to be used. They most likely will go for that just to give them a couple more seconds to work with, but now the tier 2 is gone, and Dota Gaming, they're pushing on. This is taking a little bit too long, as the Roshan is now on 2k HP. The fortification will have to be used just to give them the time they need to TP back after completing it. They will get the Rosh, but at what cost? Maybe not. They flash out up, gets control up, they will stun up, and it looks like he will be taken down. So finally they get the Roshan, but they lost David in the meantime. They had to give up the mid player for that. I'm not sure that's worth it, as Ace now goes in, he does have that Aegis available, he goes in deep, he gets a kill onto the tanking, that's one. And now Ace will just mob himself to strength, will survive for the time being. He has the Ghost Scepter available, and he is moving closer towards that Ethereal Blade on top of his Travel Boots. So far it is a 1-for-1 trade, and considering how far ahead Proto is, I would say that's worth it. So it could have been worse, and they don't get any more towers. They get a lot of damage onto the top, but that's pretty much the only thing they got. Penguin Sec, he doesn't feel like he's tanky enough at this point to just commit for the high ground, and it makes sense. He's sitting on 1500 HP, 2000 with the armament. Sure, you have a Hood of Defiance, but before you have the Arcturine Core completed, you don't feel like that comfortable. The Bloodseeker could also use a couple more items. He is behind of the Morphling by 3000 gold, a little bit behind of the Stews as well, so him continuing for the next item, maybe going for something like the Sanchin Jasha, makes sense as well. And let's see the other heroes, the Sanking, 1500 gold right now, the 4-star complete on the Batrunner. Let's see, we do have the duel coming out onto Garda, but Garda is actually a little bit too tanky, as Hezro maybe expected Garda to do a little bit more damage to himself with that Blade Mill, but in the end, that was just Hezro giving up his life. And Zeus now has a blink completed as well, going for the ability kind of build. He is sitting on a decent amount of gold. He has been able to farm up nicely. And yeah, he will continue. And now we do have a 10 tower networking right now. We do have the lasso coming out onto that scary illusion. The Rupture comes out as well, as Ace now makes the Remkit jump in as he wants to get this fight going. Then he gets the kill onto the Batrunner with his adaptive strike. Now we do have Penguin Sec moving in, trying to get the jump onto Baby Nut. Baby Nut maybe taken down. We do have the Eye going in, trying to keep him alive. Penguin Sec is moving pretty fine. He just has that Mantle Style available, but he has to be careful, as it is a lot of damage they can do in return, especially when his ultimate runs out. We do have his Hezro going in from the side, trying to get the kill onto the Lich, but it looks like he will be taken down before he can even get close enough, as that will be a 2-for-1 trade. The Rubik ends up giving up his life as well, and yeah, what ended up being, well, what started up with being the Batrunner not having the greatest jump in his life, lassoing an IO Replicate, ending up losing his life because of that. But they salvaged the situation. 2-for-1 trade pretty much makes it worth it. And now mid lane, Ace just waveforms himself away. He doesn't want to get silenced up. He is getting very close towards that Ethereal. They can pick it up much by selling the wand. I imagine he will just keep the wand though, and wait until he has enough farm from just hitting a couple of small creep waves. And now Io relocates rise forward. He does have that lift available, but a nice Bloodseeker silence comes out and just scares them away, as they don't want to get silenced up. Garda will start moving himself away, and he should be fine. Heavy movement speed Bloodseeker is always good. It kind of feels like the two teams are actually fighting pretty equally right now. Sure, there's a big network inside of Dota Gaming because of the Alchemist, but it's an equal fight. However, that may change the second the Morphling has his Aegis gone, because it's only up for the next 2 minutes. He does have his Ethereal Blade, so he can go in and get a kill or two on some easy targets. The Lich, sure, Glimmercape may be able to stop it, but if you're fast enough, you can usually always get that kill with the Ethereal Blade shotgun build on the Morphling. And yeah, you know, he's going to be scarier and scarier. He's sitting on a lot of gold, and once Baby Knight gets a couple more items as well, you know, this guy will start doing an insane amount of damage. The Bloodseeker will go for BKB as the next item, as he decides, okay, without a BKB, it's very unlikely that I can help the Alchemist in many ways, because of the Zeus just, you know, destroying me. The Fuel Blade will get me killed as well, so it's a nice itemization from Garda. Alchemist will keep his hands onto that Hood of Defiance for the time being, as with the Hood of Defiance, the Fuel Blade plus the Zeus in general doesn't seem that scary, but without it, it's a different story. It's a whole different story. And Octarine core is complete. He's sitting on 3,000 gold on top of that. They will move themselves back. They know the Aegis is still up a little bit. They most likely have taken the timing, so they know it's going to be down in a matter of seconds. We do have the Blink now on with me as well, so he's ready to go in and do some work with that. And now we go. Smoke gang coming up from the side of Dota Gaming. As did they smoke under? Yeah, they smoked under a ward, I believe. There was at least the edge of the water thing spotted out that smoke, so Imperial, they know this is happening. They're smoked up themselves, and this is going to be a smoke on smoke action. The Alchemist will get his replicates jumped on, and now he goes in. He wants to get that replicate killed. Don't take my replicates. This is not going to happen, but it's a very hard thing to kill, actually. Now the Aegis is finally down. Penguin Sec is still running after, as he does not want to let that replicate go. It is annoying. It is up for like 1 minute time. You can clear out like 2-3 creep waves with it, so it makes sense that he doesn't want to let it just farm as much as it wants to. And finally it dies. Alright, ladies. See? So the BKB is almost completed by the Bloodseeker, still trying to make his way towards finishing it. The Lich haven't really been doing too much lately, just, you know, farming up a little bit. It does have almost that maxed out ice armor, so it is now on 7 armor, which will help the Alchemist nicely. Obviously, there's not too much right click damage at this point from Imperial. The Legion does a little. Morphling is starting to do some damage. He is doing 250 damage per hit, so obviously once he has the next item, that will get better. Now Garda can come on the Fuel Blade, will be shot onto Garda. Garda may be taken down here. They're almost having enough time to kill him. They will kill him with Hestia Run. Hestia Run tries to get a duel on to come with me as well. Come with me, will survive for the time being, gets the Blink away. In the meantime, we have the Rubik dropping down in the background. Now Penguin Sec comes in, big scary boy. The battle is there. We do have that Lich ultimate making it work. Baby will be taken down by Penguin Sec. Oh, actually, that was Baby. Yeah, that was Baby. What am I talking about? I was mixing up things. I thought it was a Legion commander, but I said the name correctly either way. And that will be the IO taken down as well. He tried to get the relocate away, but he died so fast. It only takes 2-3 hits, and then that is a kill. So overall, it is slightly in favor of Imperial. Obviously, they are still behind. They got 2 core kills, and they traded for 2 supports and 1 core. So it's okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The important thing is always that he survived, and now he's having that replicate available. He's trying to just be behind them. He wants to go in and just sneak up a kill if he can. The one in front of him, though, is Penguin Sec, so, you know, that's the one person he probably cannot kill. He will just wait for himself through this, and now they know that they're making their way up there, so come with me. We'll maybe spot this out and then blink himself away. Alright, that's a little bit greedy. Oh no, Penguin Sec is coming in, though. Viewer will be taken down by Ace. Ace goes for that replicate back, and it will be a 1-for-1 trade, as Lich will lose his life for the Rubik. The Rubik is worth a little bit less than the Lich, so still a better trade-off for Imperial overall. And obviously, the Morphling getting more and more kills is always going to be great, you know. Him getting kills is alpha omega this game. He's sitting on 3,000 gold right now, so the Mantistal or the BKB or whatever he decides to go for will come online a little bit sooner. He is going towards that was a secret shop, and he will go for the ultimate op. So could also just be a Scotty rush, you know. There's multiple ways to go around this. Definitely the main thing is that he needs stats. He needs to just continue doing more damage per hit, and also just, you know, his Ethereal Blade gets a little bit more damage the more stats he has, so, you know, everything is good. We do have that, what's it called, 4-star completed very soon by the Sand King, so he is getting some more mobility. I was talking about those Academ Scepters. Obviously we haven't seen any of them being built so far on the side of Proto Gaming. I'm not sure if he's actually making one now, as yeah, so far he's just holding on to some money, sitting on 3,000 gold, and has he built an Academs already? Because I believe that he's not been farming so much lately. Yeah, there's an Academs on Garda, so I did kind of get the idea that some gold was missing, because he definitely wasn't 3,000 gold like a couple of minutes ago. So the Bloodseeker has his axe, the double Raptor is online. That will be a little bit spooky. Obviously, that may mean Scarlet is now a little bit tankier than he was before. 2.2k HP helps a lot, just being stronger than you were before. The Roshan will be attempted on now. Rise gets gone on. We do have that relocate away, and the relocate happens onto Rise. He will be taken up to the high ground. Maybe they can try and take this fight in the end, as the Ace will be run down. The field of lads are coming out. We do have that press attack being used. Ace will be fighting out, but the Raptor came online, so he's not able to move around. We have the Eye coming in, trying to get that kill. IO gets forced off the way. He will be dropping very low, and he ends up dropping down in the end. We do have Beaver in the backline being killed by Baby Knight, but at the same time Baby Knight will be stunned up. He tries to go for the TP away. It will not happen, as it is a 2-for-1 trade so far. Rise in the backline will have to disengage himself, but the Morphling survived. He got the TP away, and yeah, Legion Commander ended up surviving. They didn't get a duel, I believe, but they lost Baby Knight again on Imperial's side, so this time Proto Gaming may be able to do something with it, as the Alchemist is definitely the position where him pushing is not a scary thing. You know, he's very tanky. It's hard to kill him. His team can gladly give up a kill or two just to keep him safe. The Bad Rider has a gem available as well, so they have that vision advantage. And Penguin's Egg, he's up on the high ground. He's the sole man standing here. He does have that Radiance, not burning anything right now, as he doesn't want to actually give it away. I'm not too sure why he's holding this back. I think it's because of the Replicate. If the Morphling takes the Replicate while it's down, I believe you will not get the active Radiance, and you can't toggle on an illusion. So, you know, you may think this is foolish, but it's actually pretty smart, you know, because when he's up on the high ground hitting the tower, he doesn't care about how much damage he does to the enemies. Like, you're not gonna kill them by the Radiance burn alone, so just hitting the tower makes complete sense. There's also the Blade Mail, obviously, you know, the damage reflection with the Blade Mail also comes into mind. And now the Alchemist, the next axe is coming in line. He is selling a couple of those components, though, so obviously he has to have enough gold for the, what's it called? He needs to have enough gold for his buyback as well, so he's just holding on to his money for a little bit. He will now buy the full one, and it looks like, let's see who the next one will be. I imagine the Sand King will be the next go-to one. Maybe Kefka will get it on the Bad Rider. Both of those are pretty equally good. I would say, though, that a Sand King with axe usually can do a lot more when it comes to just jumping that IO, for example. I talked about that in the draft. Being able to just massacre the IO is always a nice thing. And yeah, that's the BKB on Garda completed. The Roshan is up and available. They will go and they will complete that Rosh. In the meantime, Morphling is pushing the top lane. I believe he has a little bit of some items available for himself as well. As actually not really anything big. If you're big, come with me. Not though, he does not get hit by it. Now we do have come with me, maybe a little bit in trouble here. As they go in with that relocate to get the dual victory, as we haven't seen dual victories for a long time, but now Legion Commander finally gets one on to come with me. Big kill indeed. Vladimir is up on the Legion as well, just trying to buff up his teammates. And I guess that makes sense, you know, it's a cheap item. You know that it's not about getting late game items at this point, it's about surviving the next like 5-10 minutes, because the Morphling will naturally be a monster late game, so you don't have to have a Legion who's like doing overly amounts of right-click damage himself. He just needs to be a survivability force, so you know, Vlad's AC at some point, BKB perhaps, that's going to be like his go-to items. The Zeus, he has another energy booster available. He does have a ring of reach, a ring of health available in the stash, so it looks like he's going for Lotus Orb this game. Makes sense, and someone is getting the Lotus Orb, and the supports are definitely a little bit too, you know, cheap skanky to be able to get the one themselves. The IO has a Ghost Scepter, the Rubik has a Ghost Scepter, so they are just doing whatever they can to try and mitigate those right clicks from the Alchemist, as they know once they're gone on by the Alchemist, you know, a couple of bashes will be enough to just get that kill. Alright, so let's see, it looks like there will be that push coming online. Aegis onto Garda on the Bloodseeker, and the Alchemist, did he? Yeah, he gave the Academ Scepter to the Bad Rider. He is getting close towards the next Academ Scepter as well, as that will be Come With Me's axe. So I imagine they will wait for that before pushing high ground. They have like 4 minutes to work on. They can easily get the gold for the for the buyback as well as the axe. Now Ace may be a little bit in trouble. He will be relocated away, so ends up not dying. Baby Knight though is not as fortunate, as it will get the jump on him trying to come in and save the Morphling as well. But a nice save on Morphling overall. The other will be relocated back, so he may be able to get the kill on him. Oh, do have a stun onto Neuer. He got to the creep whip, goes to the will be used, he goes to the TP wave, will be stunned up by Penguin second. Looks like he will be taken down eventually, as they need. There's no way he gets out of this one. That is 2 down on the side of Imperial, and Proto Gaming will have. They have a Rupture available in 7 seconds, so they can still just keep on using those. And now it's high ground down, tier 3 towers down, Penguin Sec, he will just hold down the melee Rex. He is spot rage, so obviously he is doing a little bit more damage per Rex. Like, jumps out from Rise, he seals the Acid Spray, not really the most amazing spell in the world to seal, but it's okay for now. They do get the Metalrax, and now they're making their way into the mid lane, as they know by this moment that Zeus doesn't have buyback, otherwise he would have most likely used it. So if they can get 2 Metalrax at the very least, that's going to be great. They get the tier 3 tower, they will back themselves up just a little bit. I imagine just waiting for that Chemical Rage to be online as well, and now they move themselves up top, so it looks like they're just saying, okay, we can at least get all of the towers taken down. Penguin Sec will move up here, he will take that tier 3 tower down as well, and they get pretty much all of the objectives they can do without having to commit heavily into this next fight, which I like. You know, they're very what's it called? They're very precise in their execution of this push. You know, they get the Metalrax bottom, they get the tier 3 tower mid, they get tier 3 tower top, and the second, like pretty much 2 seconds before they got the tower, Zeus respawned. So you know, they knew exactly how much they could get without having to take a fight necessarily. And they don't want to commit. They don't want to commit for a fight they can't win. And Penguin Sec, you know, he will have that axe very, very shortly. He needs 1,000 more gold to have the buyback secured on top of it. And still the Aegis available for at least a good 2-3 minutes, so they can get that axe. They get it online onto the Sand King. The Bad Rider has his Glimmer Cape completed now, an interesting item, but with the axe, like, since you don't have to get the axe yourself, you have that free slot to go for a smaller but very useful item for your team, and the Glimmer Cape kind of serves that purpose. The Bloodseeker will now complete the Diffusional Blade himself, as he has an Aegis, and Diffusional Blade, you know, multiple Ghost Scepters available on Imperial. The slow is always nice as well. And the damage output for that matter. I believe I saw an Ilsep on someone as well, if I'm not dreaming. Yeah, that's the Sand King. He has the axe on him now, and he has an Ilsep on top of that, so he is pretty much as bad as you would want an off-lane Sand King to be at this point. The Bad Rider is in a similar position, so triple axe online inside of Proto Gaming. They can still get the axe on the Lich, they can still get the axe and the Moonshot on the Alchemist, so there's still some itemizations they can go for. At some point he will replace the hood with something like a BKP most likely, but for now the hood is doing its work. Let's see, we do have Ace going in, getting the jump onto the Lich, getting the kill onto the Lich as well, as now Raz will be jumped on. We have Hester on the back, who's getting the jump onto the Battle Rider. Battle Rider heals will be used, no dual victory coming online. The Battle Rider will be surviving for now, nice relocate back, as Baby Knight will just keep himself away with that. Rockdate doesn't want to be nearby that Bloodseeker. The Bloodseeker will respawn after the Aegis got popped, and it looks like this may be the end of this push, as it's a 1-for-1 trade. The Aegis is down. Most of the spells has been used, but the Bat Rider is so low, he can't really commit for anything. He doesn't have the best region in the world either, but let's see. They go in, oh, and the Sand King gets thrown up as Ace. He's just so fast with that blink, jumping in, getting the kill on to come with me now. Penguin Sec goes another on the high ground. We do see the Bat Rider going in, getting that last off, trying to drag back Ace. Double force as they want that maximum damage with the Rupture, but it's not enough. Ace is still surviving, and now Penguin Sec maybe a little bit in trouble himself. He's trying to give as much space for his team to get out of this one. Ace will get the TP back to the base, and Penguin Sec wants to get something done here. 7 seconds without Chemical Rage, so he needs to be careful. The duel comes out with the Blade Mill. Can they get him killed? They can indeed, as Penguin Sec, he oversteps his welcoming foot into the high ground, and he ends up dropping down. What a big kill. 4,000 gold going into the pockets of Imperial, and that's on the base of the two last kills. They also got the Lich killed, so huge turnaround from Imperial, and they did not have to commit to this. Like, Penguin Sec, his ultimate ran out. They definitely couldn't get the Metalrax before dropping down. They already had 2 people down. The Bad Rider had used his lasso that didn't get the kills with that. No more blood, Ruptures available, so that was pretty much just too greedy for the side of Proto Gaming, and they end up losing a lot for it, as now the 20k net worth rate from Proto Gaming is dropping a little bit down. Well, it was almost 30k, now it's 20,000 gold. The Morphling has his Sky plated 4,000 gold on top of that, so something like a Butterfly can come online very, very shortly. Legion Commander is sitting at 4k gold as well, so the Assault Crest I was talking about, I was kind of expecting the Assault Crest to be a very, very hard item to get this game, but you know, winning such a huge fight pretty much just enables you to get it completely. The IO sitting on 2k gold as well, so the mech boots will come online eventually. The Zeus has his Lotus Orb, and travel boots as well. The Rubik is halfway towards the Blink, and yeah, they're having a good time all of a sudden. On the side of Predator Gaming, let's see, we do have the Alchemist actually changing his build a little bit. He will go for the Abyssal Blade as the next item. I guess that will be replacing the armlet though. I don't think he will replace the hood with that. Sure, you know, it gives him a little bit more survivability. Indeed, he replaces the armor with that. He will complete the Abyssal Blade. You know, sure, it's a nice fighting item. Bottom lane though, we do have Imperial, 4 people smoked up as Penguin's deck. He only sends out illusions so far, so they're not able to get that jump just yet. We did have that blade mill being popped. I'm not sure where I saw that, but either way, we have the deal coming up. Penguin's deck, he's not using his ultimate, but he will not be taken down just yet. Sun comes out from Penguin's deck solo will be taken down as Ace goes and gets a kill. Legion is dead, IO is dead as well. We do have Big a little bit of trouble himself, will be forced up, will be taken down. Everyone except for Ace is now down, and now Ace will be the next one dropping down. He's not able to escape this one. He is trying to get a kill. He gets a kill onto the Barrow, goes to the TP away. Can his TP away? They don't have the stun with a Barrow strike, and he will be able to escape as that was a 2-for-4 trade. Not really too sure who won that trade-off. I believe the Alchemist is still worth so much that was actually a valuable trade-off, and indeed, by 100 gold, that is a worthwhile trade for Imperial. But either way, you know, they stay in the game. The Morphling gets pretty much all of that gold, 6,000 gold. That's huge, man. That's a completed MKB now coming online, so he wants to do a little bit more right-click damage. Makes sense. I don't know if there's a butterfly on the Bloodseeker. There's not, but you know, the Radiance Burn mischance is always a little bit annoying, and the Bloodseeker is a hero that naturally, in most situations, will go for butterfly because it's just a good right-click item overall. So you know, it makes sense. Alright, so let's see Predator Gaming. It seems like this game, you know, it looked like it was in the bag, but now I'm not too sure anymore, as that network fleet is dropping down solidly. And it's so hard for them to just finish up what they were trying to. Sure, they've gotten the bottom set of frags. The metal racks got taken down early, and the range racks eventually drops down always because of the just killing them. So there's one set of racks advantage for Predator Gaming, but they need to at least get one more set of racks. Once they have 2 sets, it gets a lot easier for them, even though the ultra late game still pretty much favors Imperial. But I don't know, man. They haven't been able to break the high ground the last attempt, and items is flowing up on the side of Imperial. Now we have a complete Assault Cuirass on the Hessinger run. He doesn't have too much dual damage for 45 minutes into the game, but like I said, you know, he's not really a right clicker anyways. He's pretty much just, you know, that aura machine, make the Morphling stronger. The duel is pretty much reduced to just a lockdown at this point, more than anything. So yeah. You have the next Roshan being the go-to thing that Predator Gaming wants. It will respawn in about 10 seconds. So a little bit too early with the spotting it out, but they should be able to find it. We do have Ace flanking himself. And he actually misses it by just a couple of seconds himself. So both teams will not be seeing that it's respawned just yet. Alchemist will have that Abyssal Blade online. They go for smoke, and this is a little bit unfortunate. They could have gotten the Roshan kill and then go for smoke, but you know, either way, they will smoke up. Let's see what they can find. They're moving in, and Imperial, they are gathering themselves up. They have a smoke available themselves, so they may go for something equally. But depending on what Predator Gaming can get, they may just get this kill. They have some high ground vision. They do see Hester run, and just him alone would be worthwhile jumping. So let's see. Oh, TP Morphling is going in. That could be big. The Scepter will be used. They will go for the Borrow Strike. Oh, but the Rebel get away. Come with me, you know. That was one of those plays you really don't want to see happening, because you know he thought, okay, we can eels into silence, but the thing is, the eel scepter actually makes it so hard for the Baron to get anything done, because the replicate is much faster than the lasso, like the cast time. So you know, the Morphling just says, okay, thank you. Unless they had like a perfect silence or the Borrow Strike coming online, neither thing happening, then you know that eels just ruined that engagement. So unfortunate, could have been a dream catch onto 8, but Just a small misplay, and that ends up not happening. We do have Kefka in the high ground. He is spotting out what's happening. He does see Hesiger run. He may actually be able to jump him. He hesitated a little bit. He will see the Morphling as well. Maybe that's going to be the one he wants to jump. Alright, Roshan will be taken down. That will be the Cheese as well as the Agent dropping down. We do have the Barrel maybe a little bit in trouble. Oh, Hester goes up on the high ground. I don't think they saw it though. So he will be safe for now. I don't think they have any force outs actually on the team, so he will be up here for the next 4 seconds. But luckily they didn't see him go up onto that little cliff spot, so he will just get his blink back down. Either way, they picked up the Cheese. Sand King will be the one having that. Aegis is on the Bloodseeker again. Here's the Skull Basher completed as well, and you know, round 3 I believe of this push come online. Alright, let's see, boys. Fortification comes out, we have the range trackers in trouble. Pigment will be dueled up by the Legion Commander. Nice build up of Delius, nice Spark Crackers hitting onto 2 people from Come With Me, keeping Penguin Sick alive. We do have that rocket being used onto Rise as well. The Force Outs are still flying out, still trying to get that maximum damage out. Kefka almost got killed in this meanwhile by Ace. Oh, we do have the stun coming out. Ace needs to send this high ground, he's not able to get away. He's silenced up as well. They're trying to get a kill onto him. We do have the relocate coming out, but Noya, he was unable to get it. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he get interrupted with the calf or something like that? Either way, he ends up dropping down himself. He is still fine for the time being, but that could easily change. We do have the Bloodseeker finally dropping down. That's just the Aegis though. Penguin Tech, he's still fine. The buyback onto Baby Nut as well. Ace, he has to get himself back now because he has pretty much fully morphed strength now. He has to just get back to the agility. They have that reset coming out from the side of Proto Gaming. And yeah, that's a lot of buybacks being used. We do have that replicate just being gone, and has Come With Me. He's a little bit annoyed by it, obviously. The Morphling could easily just change himself to wall and get that easy jump. Maybe he will do that either way. Alright, bottom lane, Ace tried to get a jump onto Penguin Tech, but maybe Ace is overstepping his bullets. Right, he does have that replicate available though, so he will be able to just replicate back whenever he wants to, and he goes forward. I'm not too sure. I guess he was maybe trying to see if he could get that kill onto Penguin. Sure, it's a pretty low percentage kill, but at the same time, like, he's very tanky. Like, he has that more strength, so you, as long as there's no silences available, as long as like there's no lasso into silence, he's not really in danger of dying. So you know, that's a fine thing, you know. Maybe he could have gotten the kill onto Penguin. He was very close to getting it after all. And let's see, Penguin, he's sitting on 6,000 gold now. It is pretty much about time that he gets an Aghanim for himself, just because of the stats. Replaces the hood with something like a BKB. The only reason that he's holding on to the hood for so long is because the hood reduction damage on Zeus is just so great. Like, it's hard to let go of it. There's not a time in the game where the hood is not good enough because against the Zeus. Baby Knight will be lassoed up, but we do have that relocate coming out as Baby Nut will be just sent back to the base. The wheel will have a TP in as they're trying to take this fight. Come With Me will be dueled up. Issue Run maybe able to get this kill, but at the same time they may actually win this duel. Come With Me survives for the time being. He ultimates himself. Stolen Echo Saber comes out from Rubik, just standing his ground and using. We do have a buyback coming out from Sand King, trying to get back into the fight, and now we do have the Raz going up onto the high ground, surviving, getting the TP back. Legion Commander will be taken down. Bloodseeker's now dead. Penguin Sick maybe a little bit in trouble so far. 2 for 2 trade buyback coming up from the side of Proto Gaming. Penguin Sick wants to continue taking this fight. They do see Baby Nut maybe in trouble here. He committed for his buyback earlier, so this could be a very big pick off. And indeed, Baby Nut will be taken down. In the meantime, we do have the ping followed down by, he's like, give me that Lich booty, give me your booty. And he gets that booty as BO will be taken down. Alright, let's see. So that is one more dead on the side of Imperial. And without so many people, none of these 3 heroes have buybacks. So with Ace alone, this may be just what enables Proto Gaming to get the high ground finally, as the range racks will be worked on. No fortification available. The range racks will fall. The melee racks will fall as well at the very least. The Legion and the IO will be back up by the time the melee racks is gone, with Base trying to go in, getting that jump onto the heroes. We do have that lasso available. He will go for the lasso. This is pretty much just buying some time though. Kipton made us some life for this though. Yokoda comes out as well. Merax is finally down, and now Imperial Gaming, they have to disengage themselves. So we'll go for the bar strike. Will come with me. TP out from Penguin's like, is it going to be in time though? He will get it off, and come with me will survive as well. So nice execution from Imperial Gaming, just pushing their limits in that high ground. They got the Rex in the top lane, and they lost absolutely no one. So in the end, it ends up working out. Sure, they had to use the buyback early from the Sand King, but you know, the buyback trade is still worthwhile for the side of Imperial Gaming. They have one buyback on cooldown, but there's like what, 3 buybacks on cooldown for the side of Imperial, I believe. There's a buyback on cooldown on Io, on Zeus. Okay, that's the 2 heroes who only have buyback on cooldown. So everyone else is available. Ace now has his Satanic available as well, so he's a little bit tanky. Bots level 2. Moonshot will come online very shortly as well, as he is 6 slaughtered. And you know, this Morphling is about the time, is at the point where he can't really start scaling too much more. And for Proto Gaming, you know, the Bloodseeker can still get 1 more item slot instead of the travel boot, instead of the what's it called, TP scroll. He can get travel boots. He can upgrade his diffusional blade. Moonshot's still an option, so he has a lot of items he can still go for. Penguin Stick himself, he now just replaced that, put his Defiance with the Mjolnir, so this is pretty much his maximum damage output. Maybe at some point he replaces the Radiance with something else. I guess you can go, I don't know, the Radiant is just such a good item, gives you a lot of damage as well. You can go for something like a Butterfly instead, but you do need Radiant like for the pushes alone, so you know, you have to switch in between the, what's it called, the courier all the time if you do that, so we'll see if he does it. Alright, let's see. Baby Knight. Trail Boots online on the Bad Red as well, and let's see, as the final push could very easily come through very soon. Obviously, the Roshan is a little bit tempting to wait for. The earliest Roshan respawn time will be in 1 minute's time, so that is probably what Proto Gaming is waiting for. They're just controlling the map. They're taking away all the vision that Imperial may be having on the map actively right now. There's a wall down here that they haven't actually seen yet, but apart from that, you know, they're just holding their ground. They may be able to find a pickup on the high ground though. Baby Knight, he's pretty far out. We do have the Lancer coming out onto the Bad Runner. Baby Knight will be caught so far away as the relocate is attempted, but it's like with a double 4-star, that's too much distance just being put between the Eye as well as the Baby Knight. So Baby Knight will be taken down. No buyback will for him. The Eye will come back in. Will the Abyssal will be taken down. Actually keeping himself alive for the time being. Penguin Stick maybe drop down himself. Indeed he will. That's a huge takeoff. As Ace gets a godlike spree on himself, still just moving on further. That replicate will be the frontlining thing, very fast replicate indeed. And with the Alchemist dropping down, that just ends the push completely. So no Rags will be falling down inside of Proto Gaming. They'll only lose a couple of Furious, but the Alchemist is still worth so much that the trade-off is still favorable for Imperial in the end. Alright, Ace is trying to spot out that Roshan, and it will respawn very early. It is a super early respawn timing. They just passed it though. It's now up. This is a little bit unfortunate. There's 40 seconds to work with, so unless someone goes in and checks it out, let's see if Hester Run does that. Yes, uplink available. If they can check it, they can clear it before Proto Gaming is alive with the Alchemist, or at least Alchemist has to commit for a buyback. But unfortunately, just a couple of seconds more in the pit, and Ace would have spotted it out. They would have gotten pretty much a free Roshan. But at this point, it's pretty much going to be contested. Okay, they do spot it out. Maybe that's still enough time, as they will just beeline towards the Roshan pit. Looks like Proto Gaming, they're not really aware if this is happening. They will go onto the high ground. They will spot out the movements into the pit. There's 8 seconds left, so the Alchemist will definitely not come in for the flyback. And this means that the Roshan will go to the side of Imperial. We have Rise going in. Oh, lasso being used. We do have Rise a little bit in trouble. The 4-stars once again getting that kill with the Rupture. Ace goes in, tries to get a jump zone. He does have that gold going. We do have no. Okay, Hex coming out. keeping him in control. Lich will be taken down. That's a big pick off. Lich just buys up before dying though. And now Penguin Sec, he's in it, he's in deep, and he ends up dropping down as he was with no health whatsoever, as Ace at this point is doing so much damage. The Roshan will be continued. I was gonna say, they didn't actually go for the Roshan, they just committed for that fight, but it worked out. They got the Alchemist killed, they got the Lich killed, and at this point, Lich no buyback. The Alchemist does have buyback available, but it is super annoying to be in this position. Now the Battle Rider may be a little bit in trouble. We do have his run going the wrong way though. Baby Knight going tries to get that mission going, but no pick off on the Battle Rider sadly. Alright, so in the meantime we do have the Morphling just defending his base. He does have Trail Boots on cooldown for 30 more seconds. After that he will move in and push with his team, I imagine. Oh, but with me, he can actually make this Alchemist buyback not necessary, because if the Morphling gets stunned up trying to TP in, that's like what they need. If the TP in doesn't happen from east, then you know there's no need to buy back on the Alchemist, and we'll see he will clear this creep wave out. He will most likely go to the TP instantly after, so come with me. He should know this is happening, and let's see what he does. Okay, still holding his ground. There's still vision here. Okay, come with me. Just decides to just go for creep cutting instead. Will TP himself back, and the Alchemist is up in 25 seconds. We do have a fortification available, so it looks like the Alchemist doesn't have to commit for the buyback. We do have a TPI coming out from Imperial as well, as they want to defend the base. Baby Knight will be in the top lane, defending this up. 4.5k go on him. Now let's see. As Lich will be taken down. That's a pretty nice jump. Everyone has to stand his ground because of the rupture. So there's no more kickoff right here because of that. We do have Come With Me getting that Hex off onto Rise for the time being. He's getting himself out of there now though. And he's the one who has that Hex, so I was wondering who had the Hex, but I guess he's the one. It's Run. And another Rupture coming out. Once again, hold your ground, man. That is the second Rupture though. There's another Rupture in 10 seconds, but Gata, he's not really been able to do too much this game, I feel like. Like, sure, he had an okay early game, but since it's a Morphling you're playing up against, like, what do you actually do as a block? 3 HP, but it's a Morphling late game 6 slotted. This guy is a monster. Like, his damage is insane. He has a Moonshot as well now. You know, he's slowly just assembling items, getting new items. He may even get away with the Fuel Blade and get something like a Butterfly instead at some point. And let's see. As Ace now ruptured up, he may be in danger. Hex will do a little bit of work on him. Will be relocated. Oh, and I was talking about that relocated. He relocated too slow. He almost dropped down to that, but he will be surviving for now. And let's see, Baby Knight ended up dropping down, but that was a little bit unfortunate. He had to replicate back because he was way too low. They cannot give up the Morphling. Like, if the Morphling ends up dying, that's going to be too huge of a pick off that Proto game. Maybe even just ending the game because of that. If you Come With Me going in further, gets the Hex off onto Rise. They will be able to get this pick off, maybe, but he's holding his ground. He knows that Ace is in the neighborhood and he doesn't want to commit for something without his team being nearby, so Rise will end up just being let off with a warning. As the run goes in, gets the duel off with the BKB on the guard, gets the control on, but Gata has his own BKB action, so there's not really any damage on between the two heroes. The good Lich ultimate being used. We have the drag on Rise. Rise will be taken down, double buyback coming up from the side of him. So they get the kill onto Penguin Sec. Penguin Sec is now down, and Gata will be taken down as well. As Ace is moving on further, once again, more and more kills. They get the kill onto the Battle Rod Gem on the ground as Ace with a double kill, and this guy is just like every single time they get the pushes going, they almost get the racks in the mid lane, at least the range racks are coming to me, trying to just be a little bit cheeky, get the TP away, be able to survive, but no! They cancel the TP to get the kill on to Come With Me, and Come With Me is a little bit in trouble. He does have buyback available. They have buyback available on all heroes inside Proto Gaming, but they have 4 people down, and they will definitely be able to force some kind of TP, some kind of buyback situation from Proto Gaming. Ace, he's the man in front, he's leading the charge, he is in the mid lane, already at the racks. His team is just helping a little bit, defending the lanes for the time being. His Zero has TP boots available, Baby Knight is in the same position, so they will push 1 more lane each, and then they will go in and help Ace. There's double buyback coming out, 1 from Penguin, 1 from Sand King as well, so that's pretty much going to be at least a worthwhile situation from the Morphling. He will back himself up. As they have to push out the lanes, they may go for the tier 2 tower bottom, as that is a pretty easy tower to get in. At some point you want all the tier 2 towers to be down anyways.
Illusion!
It's Lurkit to deal up onto an illusion. We do have the relocate coming on top of it as well. So, you know, it could have been a Sanking, could have been a cheeky Sanking doing something fancy, you never know. But this time they're not lucky in finding that that golden goose. As Come With Me is in the top lane. Obviously, he doesn't have that buyback available, so him being up here in this kind of like deep position is maybe a little bit too greedy. If he ends up getting picked off, that's going to be horrible. Penguin Sec is in the same position. He actually still doesn't have that acronym set to synth himself. He does have the moonshot synth now, but you know, at this point, you know, 60 minutes into the game, he had insane farm. You would kind of expect him to have the acronyms on himself as well, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. He hasn't replaced any more items. TP boost level 2. We have the Last and the Lich now. We have the Bloodseeker, still not really scaling into anything else. The Hex was completed earlier by the Sanking, and the Bad Rider is trying to get a Lincoln here by the looks of things, as he will have enough gold to complete it. He just wants buyback gold available as well, obviously. Alright, smoke comes out from the side of Imperial as they decide to take the fight to Predator Gaming. And it makes sense, like, they don't have buyback on Baby Knight, but it's not really as important. Like, when you compare the two lineups, having buyback on heroes like the Sanking as well as the Alchemist compared to having buyback on Baby Knight is actually not that big a deal, because it's the Morphling who is like the big boy, you know, he's the one doing everything. He has 13,000 net worth on, like, gold on him, just, you know, sitting there waiting to be spent, you know, buy a refresher, buy boards for your team, buy all the tomes, buy 4 more couriers, whatever you want. This guy has so much gold that it's almost impossible to see. That 30k net worth beat is now down to 5,000 towards Predator Gaming, and see if they can keep on finding something. They don't find anything in the top area. Come With Me still just holding his ground up here, not really wanting to show himself, and with good reason. They don't see anyone on the map, so they're holding themselves in the base, and well, in the base or up here in the corner. Alright, so let's see Ace. He's pushing down the mid lane. Dota picks up that little silence. He will at least push out the wave a little bit. This pretty much just comes down to one fight though, because, you know, with the buyback being a little bit down on both teams, and the situation with the pushes happening, you know, if anyone ends up losing a big fight, that could be the GG situation. As sure, those buybacks available on the Morphling that can extend the game, but it's so late in the game that the buyback is just so huge, you know. If you can force them out without losing anything big, you know, you're in a very dominating position. The Roshan will be up in about 40 seconds. Well, the earliest Roshan will be up in 40 seconds time, so that is the next go-to thing. I imagine they want to have, you know, maybe the Aegis on the Zeus now. He does have the cheese still from the last one. He can get 2 cheeses on him. I guess they can pick the Aegis up on someone like the Morphling. He can drop his... Does he want to drop anything though? I don't even think this guy wants to have Aegis. Like, maybe just the Legion Commander having Aegis, Baby Knight can have the Aegis, and Legion can then have the, what's it called, the cheese? Something along those lines. I don't think it's worth not having one of the items on Morphling. You rather just want to have someone sit behind you with the cheese and just pass them to you. I guess the Ire can be the one holding the cheeses, and then he can just, you know, force feed them to the Morphling whenever he's dropping down on HP. Alright. Another, like, this is literally the fight of illusions, guys. As now Ace goes in, grab the kids forward, he wants to go in, he wants to get that jump going, do a Baby Knight coming in as well. Gata is taking a lot of time, they're not able to get it. Oh, so close to get that duel off, but Gata ends up getting the TP out, and he will survive for the time being. We do have the relocate forward though on Hester run. He wants to get that duel on someone. Blink on cooling for the next 3 seconds. We do have the Lich being found. They go in, they find, they get the duel, and he will be dropping down. So that is at least the 1 kill they can get. It is just a Lich though. It is just a Lich. And meanwhile, Baby Knight, you know, very, very quickly making a rotation back to this lane, well, back to his phases. He knows, you know, you always have to defend those racks. You know, having 2 racks down is always a little bit of an annoying situation. But as long as they hold on to the middle lane of racks, you know, they're still in a comfortable position, just pushing them out and then, you know, going for another fight. Like, is there actually nothing you can buy? Like, buy another gem. At this point, it's like, it's super late game, you have so much gold, you might as well just buy gems, drop them on the ground in case you need them, in case you lose a gem at some point. Like I said, the refresh shop is also a thing, so you can use the TP scroll, like you can you use the TP scroll, and then if you die, you can just, you know, buy it back, use another TP scroll. Looks like he will buy a butterfly at this point, as I imagine he will replace maybe his boots with a butterfly. a little bit cheeky because he kind of wants to have that TP available, but he can at least take the Ethereal Blade away. The Ethereal Blade is great for stats, but you know, Butterfly is pretty much the same and gives you a little bit more at the same time. So we'll see what I decides to take away for that Butterfly. For now, he will just have the Butterfly on him. I guess that's also a way you can do it. Just, you know, buy items, you know, have another set of items in your base. Either way, Structure gets used on the Hester run with the other lasso coming out onto the eye, keeping him in control. Maybe they can get a kill on Noya finally. They get the kill. That's a pretty big kill, as Noya has been the biggest hero so far, just keeping him alive with the other relocate in though. He's in the fight. Double bars are coming out from Come With Me, getting a hold on to Hester run. Hester run will be hexed up in the background. We have Ace fighting up with Penguin Sect, but Ace, you know, it's a Morphling late game versus an Alchemist. Who will win that fight, right? Duel comes out. Penguin Sect maybe in trouble here, maybe taking down Winner. It's actually the Alchemist. He gets a little bit of field damage going with his way. We do have Penguin still surviving. Nice use of Flimicate from the back. We're keeping him alive. Good stun coming out onto Ace. Ace gets silenced up. He may be in trouble. He's back up. Well, this could be it. Ace next off. He will be taken down, and they lose no one on the side of Proto Gaming. Baby Nat will be stunned up, and he will be taken down as well. Trying to TP back home. This is huge. There's buybacks available on all three heroes on the side of Imperial, but what a big loss, as couldn't have been any bigger. We do have the cheese being picked up by the courier, so you know, they do salvage that cheese. And the Aegis, I'm not sure about the Aegis actually. Did this Aegis get stolen like that? No, it wasn't stolen. It was picked up. I guess it was lost. I didn't pay attention to that. Sorry for that, guys. Let's see. It was the Zeus who picked it up and ended up losing it. So yeah, buyback will be used by the This is the best situation for Proto Gaming. They have buybacks available, and they've forced out buybacks in all three calls inside of Imperial. They will back themselves up a little bit. Rubik goes in very deep, tries to do something toughy, but he's not able to get anything off though. However, Proto Gaming, they will just be content backing themselves off. They have now a 6-minute window where if they kill any of, like, well, I guess not any, if they kill the Morphling, then that's GG, you know, straight up GG, because that is the only thing that can be happening though. Alright. So the Morphling now just decides to take away that Ethereal Blade, pick up the Butterfly now. So yeah, that makes sense. And at this point, I guess, when you're in this situation, Imperial is probably better off just trying to defend and then wait for the buybacks to be off cooldown. Like, that's the go-to plan. It's too risky going outside of the base. The Alchemist will now pick himself up, a Hex on him, so he will take away the Radiance and pick up a Hex so that he does now have 2 ways of stunning up. And this makes sense because, you know, you have 2 Hexes on your team. If the Batroid doesn't have one as well, yeah, 2 Hexes available, and it's just because, you know, if they kill Ace, they win. So, you know, just spam all stuns as much as possible. Just all of the stuns onto Ace and get him killed. Alright.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Okay, sorry guys. Either way, let's see. This is just, you know, this is the stalemate situation, you know. Both teams are looking for each other. They're looking for any kind of pick they can get. The Batroid may be the first one making the move, trying to get that last off onto Ace, but it's so tense, you know. You don't, like, the first one to make just any kind of mistake could just throw the whole team fight, because they're usually at this point both teams are a little bit worn out. So whenever a team fight happens, they will most likely, both teams will just commit forward and then, you know, what's it called, throw in the dice, hope for the best. We'll see though. As Imperial, they are just holding themselves close to the Ancients. Hug it as deep as you can with the other Replicate cooldown for 15 seconds, as the Morphling will just hold himself back for the time being. He doesn't want to give up anything. He will actually take the field on him now again, as I imagine that is for the purpose of maybe picking off a support hero. You know, if he can jump in, get the kill on the ledge, and then just replicate out, that's always nice. Can do the same, come with me pretty much, even though he does 3k HP. The damage from the Imperial Blade adaptive track at this point is still, you know, insane, you know, with what, 300 agility. And let's see, Dota Gaming smoked up. They're looking for a way in. They will find a way in, but I'm pretty sure you can see the fireflies, so it's not so sneaky in the end. As they will just stay back. They will move in now. Heshiron will be the first one showing himself. We do have the bad runner. Still have enough link available, but in the end they will just back themselves up and nothing will happen. Alright. So once again, we're just two situations. The range crash has finally dropped down as you know, the slow illusion siege, and you know the rack does replenish in the same way. So it was inevitable that it would drop down at some point. We do have the Barrow going in, trying to get a jump. He does finally find Ace. They get all of those lassos off as well. Ace will be trapped very far back. Will be next to trying to get killed. Relocate is available. No, I may go for relocate here. Ace is still surviving though. He's taking the fight. Epicenter comes out. Vegeta just commit everything. Can they kill Ace? No, he will be relocated back to the high ground. Will survive for the time being. 6,000 HP, fully morphed into strength. Another buyback comes out on the Rubik. That is the first one dropping down. Come with me. Gets a jump onto the Zeus. You'll dodge. Forest Drag is available. He can go in. X is available in a couple seconds. Double. Forest Drag lands. We do have Baby Knight being stunned up. Being stunned up at this point as well. Now he may be a bit in trouble. We do have Ace being stunned up yet again. He's melting his way to strength towards agility again, as he wants to be able to have that. The last one goes on for 30 seconds, and that is, you know, one more death on the side of Imperial. But there's only 2 minutes left until the buyback is robot hopefully, so if they can survive, that could be nice. We do have Dota Gaming. They want to commit though. They want to get those Mirage modification has been used. Penguin's like he's just mauling it down. Is he going to commit for it? Is on half HP. He could very much do so, but all of that damage coming in line, he can die in a couple of seconds if he's not careful. We have the duel coming out on the Dota. Dota will be control. Maybe he can strap down here. We do have Ace going in. Penguin's like very low. He will be taking down if this is continuing, as it looks like this may be the case. We just need a little bit more. He's done reaching up to base life, but no, he gets lifted up by the Rubik, gets taken down. Data's down on the side of Blood, on the Bloodseekers will come with me. Supplying away after using the ult defensively, but he ends up dying anyways. And now the Bad Runner goes in. He actually gets the rack's taken down. Bad Runner of all things is the one ratting it out. He gets a TP away. Ketka. So close. Ends up surviving, but he got the racks. So you know, that is actually pretty much worth it. Giving up a couple of kills for that last rack now creeps that Imperial is fighting up against. This buyback on every hero on the side of Dota Gaming. They may not even have to commit it for any of them. The Bloodseeker doesn't have to use it, definitely 50 seconds ago before he's back up. The Alchemist is down for 70 seconds, but you can see all of the lanes needs to be pushed out from Imperial, so this is a very sad situation for them. Alright guys, we're back in it. Pulse just came online, and yeah, it may be the end, but not just quite yet. We do have the Bloodseeker coming back up in 15 seconds. He is surviving. We do have Imperial making their best effort to push down the mid lane. We do have a buyback off full on 5 seconds in the morph lane, so this may be just where they just say, okay, we commit forward, and we'll see. Come with me, go to the buyback on the Sand King.
Radiant
Alchemist may have to commit his buyback here, but I guess giving up one-sided frags may not be the worst thing in the world. He'd rather have this buyback available, I imagine. 20 seconds to go, they do have the fortification used. Ace goes in, tries to get that metal rack taken down. We do have the lane being pushed pretty well out as well. We do have the lasso being used. Actually, okay, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what the lasso was used on, maybe a creep, but it definitely didn't. That's for sure. And Ace will hold his ground. We do have Hesiger run going in, trying to get that duel off. Didn't actually get it off though. Melarax and Range Strike will be taken down in the mid lane as Ace will move his way up top. We have another Raptor coming online, keeping his ground. He has to just stand. He will be lasted down to the lower ground. He will be surviving for the time being. All of us also have 2,000 damage there. He will be just dropping down because of the sheer amount of falls up. He will be surviving, he will be healing up. In the base, we do have Dota being healed up. His run tries to get a kill on him. We do have Bad Run dropping very, very low. Wayfarm forward. No one's dropping down. His run will go for the buyback. Ace is not fighting up against the wall. They dropping very, very low. We do have someone dropping down. No buyback rail from this back team is being both side of the kill. They keep the kill onto the Bad Run as well. Bad Run has buyback rail, but no, Morphling dies. Now he goes for the buyback as well. He TP's in. So this is the full-on commitment as the base is being gone, and we do have his run trying to defend it as the one man who can do it, maybe. And with Ace committing for that buyback, that's going to be, you know, saying, okay, we want to end the game. The profiles will be worked on. There's the down, maybe dropping down. Oh, but then that's the one to the out as well as Ace. He will be dragged into the fountain. Oh, yeah. Surviving from now, but he will be taken out. He will up in the air, and he will drop down for the time being. Now Ace is trying to grab it out. See if Fall will be working. In the meantime, in the enemy base, we do have something happens on the other side. Pickers is trying to finish up the base. He will be dropping down though as he ends up dying. And now the buyback come on. The other side, we do have Ace very, very low. He may drop down. We do have relocate in. Ace trying to survive. He does have that satanic making his work. He's surviving. He may live for long enough. They're trying to run it themselves, but no! In the end, they are the ones losing the rack. Go to the gaming. They end up ratting it out as what a base trade, man. Back and forward. I'm not sure who ended up killing it. Looks like the Creeps were the ones just being the MVP, and I don't know, man. That was like what, a 1/3 HP Ancient left on the side of Proto Gaming themselves, so you can't give anything away for Imperial. They were